Hi and welcome back. If you are new around here, hello, nice to meet you, and if you're returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. We know how it goes now, don't we? So my name is Alana, I'm a 30-something Scottish woman. I have no apologies for the fact that I do like a sweary word every now and again. It just kind of rolls off the tongue when you're Scottish, you can't help it. I'm really sorry, but I'm not really sorry. Just so you know, word of warning though, there will be the odd swear word every now and again throughout this video. This video is going to be all about the Pixi Hydrating Milky collection. I did speak about a few videos back, I can't remember when, I'll put it up here, the fact that I'd won a few Instagram giveaways. I don't know, is it just me? I don't enter every single Instagram giveaway. Not every single one that's going. I just enter the ones that I think, oh, I'd quite like to win that. But I won like 5 or something this year. It's amazing. Anyway, so I put my name down, you know, tag, share, like, all that kind of stuff, and won some of the Pixi collection. So I thought I would do a little roundup of the items that I have. I do not have the whole collection. It was a giveaway hosted by Talia, who is the skincare savior, over on Instagram. She is wonderful. She knows exactly what she's talking about. I don't think she would sell you up whatever undone products. I think she knows exactly what she's on about. So please go and check her out if you're watching this and you think, I want to know what people are talking about. She is a legend when it comes to skincare. She is my very own Carolyn Hirons. So she was the one that was giving this away. I think she must have got it in PR and decided to pass it on because she'd maybe already tried it or it wasn't quite for her. So I was the lucky recipient of this, and if you would like to see what I thought about this collection as such, then please keep on watching. Normally around about this point I would tell you, go and get a cup of tea, a glass of wine, whatever the fuck you like, but I'm hoping this one won't be too long. Can't promise it though. Alright, first of all, let me tell you what I have got. I have got the Hydrating Milky Makeup Remover, and I have the Hydrating Milky Peel and the Hydrating Milky Cleanser. Now Pixi on the whole as a brand, I really enjoy. I do really like them. I think that they're just kind of cute. I've always kind of liked them. But sometimes I do feel their price ranges are just a little bit higher than average. I have to admit that. Things like the Pixi Glow Tonic, for instance, is a wonderful product, but I think the full-size bottle costs you about £18 here in the UK. So you could pick up a similar one for much cheaper from another company that does the same kind of thing. Let's just be realistic about it. But that doesn't mean to say that I don't like Pixi. It doesn't mean to say that they weren't the kind of flagship people with regards to Pixi Glow Tonic. And probably taught all of us how to double cleanse with the help of Carolyn Hirons, let's face it. So I'm going to start off with the Hydrating Milky Cleanser. Now, I could go into ingredients on this and break it all down for you like I did in the Beauty Bay video. I'm going to try and do it a little bit quicker than I did in that video, don't worry. So, let's not go into loads and loads of details on it here. There's water in it, obviously. There's glycerin in it. Well, hey, we like that. It's a humectant. It also has I can't say it. Myricic acid. I think that is the surfactant in it. That is the kind of cleansing agent in it. It also has a lot of emollients, emulsifying products, lots and lots of humectants like jojoba, which is quite nice. I also really like panthenol, I've spoke about that before as well. Stearic acid too, and palmitic acid. My pronunciation is never going to be great if you're new around here, just so you know. I'm not a professional, I'm just a mere woman that likes to read products and educate herself, to be honest with you. But on the whole, its ingredients list looks really good for regards to being moisturising, being water holding, and being emollient, and for being hydrating. It's called a Hydrating Milky Cleanser. There is one ingredient that I can see that is a perfuming agent, but that is it. One ingredient out of this bottle doesn't seem too bad. It is a 135ml bottle. Now, price wise, I had to look this up because obviously I won this. This also retails for around about the £18 mark, depending on where you're shopping from, but on the whole, I think it's around about £18. Let me just check Boots, because that's generally where I shop from. I don't think Boots stock the Milky one, but they do all the other ones, like the Jasmine one, the Clarity one, and the Rose Cream Cleanser. They do all the other ones, and they are all £18, so I presume, yes, this is absolutely £18 as well. I think that is a little expensive for the size of it, but I have to say, initially when I used this, I was like, what is this? Like, it's different. I would open it and show you it, but I don't want to make too much of a mess. It comes out like pearl. Like, imagine a pearl. Do you know a pearl? Scottish, I hope you know what I'm saying. One of those little things that's inside an oyster. It comes out with a pearl iridescence. It actually looks like that in the tube. Like when you're squeezing it out on your hand, it looks like it's got iridescence in it. That's the kind of consistency that it comes out like. And I was like, okay, that's a bit odd. All right, okay. It's very, very thick. When I first put this on, the very first time I put this on, I was washing my face, and this is something I would do. I didn't use it to take off makeup. I haven't even attempted to do that. I've only used it as a simple cleanser following my cleansing balms. I haven't used it that way, so I can't give you the heads up on whether it takes makeup off. But I used it to wash my face, so I done it as instructed. That basically use a coin size amount and massage onto your skin. Okay, fine, no problem. My skin was a little damp because I just washed my face with a balm cleanser, and I thought, all right, fine. And I put it on, but not like soaking. It wasn't soaking wet, it was just a little damp. And I put it on and it lathered up, but not a foaming lather. This is why it's a bit strange. It lathered up to a really thick consistency. Really thick, like I can't even explain to you how emulsifying, like, oh, very, very thick. I'm gonna put a little video in here. These are like in the daylight so you can actually see them a little bit better. But the very first time I used this, I put it on and it gave me such a ghostly white appearance, as if I was like made up for Halloween as a ghost, and it was very close to Halloween at the time when I used it for the first time as well. So I jumped into the living room and was like, boo, to Alan, and he was like, what the fuck are you doing? What is that on your face? It's very thick, like it's a very strange consistency. I then went in with a muslin cloth to remove the consistency from my face, and then it oddly started to foam up. So like when I'm saying initially when you put it on your face it lathers up, it wasn't lathering up like a bubble. It just got really, really thick on my face. And then when I did put water on it to rinse it off, it became kind of foamy. It was weird. I don't know how to explain it. In saying all of that, the actual experience of using it is almost comforting. Like, how did I put that across? It's so thick, it feels like giving your face a little hug. It feels like you're like, oh, cozy face. Like, it feels really nice to use. And then after, once you've actually rinsed your face and cleaned it off your face, I do feel hydrated. It does feel really nice. If you have oily skin, would you like this? I don't know. But because it has that slight foaming effect in it, I feel like it's not oily. It's not like people who wouldn't like using an oil cleanser or something because they already have oily skin. Although, like, I know lots of people who have oily or breakout skin would use an oil cleanser. I'm not saying you can't. But it's not got that residue feeling. Although I felt like the Plantastic cleansing balm didn't leave a residue, and somebody else who commented on one of my videos said it felt like they did. So really it's difficult. Everybody's going to experience things absolutely different. I'm just trying to explain to you how this felt for me, and personally it felt like a hug on my face. I don't know if that makes sense. A very strange consistency though, and enjoyable, weirdly. Would I pay £18 out the box for it? Because obviously I won this and we have to remember that. And am I saying like all these complimentary things about it because I got it for free? If I had picked this up with my own money, I feel like I might have thought this is not what I expected, but I wouldn't have been disappointed. Does it mean I'm going to replace my CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser with it? No. It's a different product, it's a different being, it's a different baby, it's completely different. This one I'm finding that I am using it more in the evening because it is that kind of more emulsifying and kind of slightly luxurious. Or if I've had a bath, then when I come out of my bath I like to use this because it just feels a little bit more extra. My CeraVe is just the one I go to. It's my go-to for washing my face in the morning. It's my go-to to wash my face the last thing at night. So I've been kind of slipping this in place of at night, and I haven't been disliking it at all. But will I replace it? Probably not. But that's just because I really like CeraVe and how easy it is, and it's just a nice simple cleanser. I think this is nice though, and I think If you're someone who's tried the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser and you just thought it's not enough, like it didn't do anything, I want something a little more extra, give this a bash. Like, it's not so bad. It surprised me, I have to admit. The first time I used it, I just thought, what is going on here? I'm not gonna like. And the more I used it, I was like, this is quite nice though. It's very, very, ooh. And just made me feel like I was almost using double cream on my face and then washing it off and it became a foam. It's very strange, what can I say? But I was pleasantly surprised with it. Right, next up I'm going to speak about the Hydrating Milky Makeup Remover. Now I have just kind of shook that up there, but this is actually by phase. I don't know if you're going to see that in this light because it is kind of white, but it is by phase. It definitely is. If I hold that up to my light at the moment, I can see that this is darker from here down and from here up is more clear. This says it has coconut probiotics and all this kind of stuff. It also has one of these like flat tops where you put your cotton pad on the top and push. I've never used a top like this, but I've always been intrigued by them because obviously people say, oh, it's so much more easy. Like you just push down on it and it's so easy. Also, it obviously helps keep bacteria out of the products because you're not like opening the product to the air and then tipping it out. Something to think about. But as a whole, this is messy. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't tried other products like this. I know the Glossier Solution, is that what it's called? I've forgotten the name of that product, but you know the one I mean. It's similar, and I know that Drunk Elephant have a few products like this as well, and they maybe even have moisturisers that have this kind of effect as well. If I push this right now, it makes so much fucking mess, so I'm not gonna bother. But it's messy. Even when you're using a cotton pad, it's messy. Now, I use reusable cotton pads. I've been using them for a long time. But I did pick up a little packet of cotton pads because I do have a jar in the bathroom where I keep normal cotton pads because if we ever have a guest round or whatever and they need a cotton pad, it's there for them to use. Not that that's happening at the moment because who's coming to visit me? Nobody. Nobody. But they needed to be replenished and I thought it'll give me a chance to use this. So, I did buy normal cotton pads to try this out. When I put it down on top, I pushed it once, that was fine. There wasn't quite enough on the cotton pad, so I pushed it twice and it just like, it comes through your fingers almost and just goes everywhere. Like, it made a mess. And I thought, oh, surely, like, I've just been a tit here. I've used it too much. Maybe I'm like, too much. But I've used it once. As soon as you use it twice, that happens. I'm not gonna lie. Initially, the first time I was maybe like, yeah, probably was. But I thought after that, that was my fault. I need to look at how I'm actually using this packaging. And I've used it like once, okay, fine, not enough product. Twice, everywhere. Just blows its load all over your fucking, everywhere. It's messy. So, for starters, that annoyed me. Secondly, let's talk about the ingredients on this one. So first of all, it's got water, obviously. And then it has, what, can't pronounce this one. How do I say this? Hexandiol. It's got 2 numbers ahead of it as well, as I say. Not professional. Which are both of your solvents. So that's the things kind of breaking up the makeup, so to speak. There is a lot of emollients in this as well, and there are some soothing things in this, which I think is the willow bark. Does it say that on the front? Which have soothing properties and some sort of root extract and, again, glycerin. Loads of moisturising emollient type properties within this product. So the ingredients on itself look fine. That's great, grand. The Milky collection ingredients in general look okay. This one, as far as I can tell, and I'm not professional, I've said that already, doesn't have any perfumes in it. As far as I can see, don't quote me, but just in case, because I know a lot of people really don't like fragrance in their products, so it looks quite nice. What I'm going to say about this is though, this is £24. £24 for a 150ml bottle of essentially what is micellar water. £24, that is expensive for micellar water. That makes a fucking mess, quite frankly. As you can see, I have used a fair bit of it, about to here, I want to say. I've used it maybe 4 times, right? I don't use micellar water a lot, but I made a purpose point of using this before I use my cleansing balms most nights so I could give it a go. The honest to God truth is, the messiness of it put me off, but regardless of that, if it had a different top altogether, I probably would pass this on to someone else, because to be honest with you, I'm not using micellar waters as often as I used to. And that's nobody's fault, that's just personal preference. I've just found another way of taking off my makeup that I prefer. But would I suggest anybody buying this, even if you love micellar waters? No. £24 for 150 mils of micellar water is ridiculous, and I do not think it is worth that. I'm really sorry if anybody uses this and they love it and it is their holy grail. That's fine, you do you, and if you can afford to pay the £24, there's things that I pay a lot of money for that people would be like, that is fucking ridiculous. And personally, this is just somewhere I'm not willing to spend my money, but that is very personal to me. I would rather use the £24 for something a little bit more luxurious. In saying that as well, I actually was in Boots the other day, again, told you, starting to get a little bit Christmas shopping in a little early. So I went in there to see what they had on the go, and while I was there I thought, wonder if I should pick up the Milky serum, like, you know, to add to the things I've got, and I could do an overall review on the collection. The Milky serum is like £30 or something, like, it's expensive. And that's what I'm on about with Pixi. Like, I like Pixi, I like what they do, I like some of their products, but sometimes I do wonder who is doing your pricing, like who is thinking that is acceptable for a Pixi product, especially a micellar water. This is not worth that, not at all. So unfortunately this one is a no from me. And finally, the Milky peel. Now, I kind of alluded to this in my monthly roundup last month, but didn't really get into it because I hadn't gave it enough of a chance. I have used it a good few times since. Initially, I thought this was going to be identical to that of the Body Shop Youth Peel, the Youth Drops of Youth Peel thing. I'm going to put a photo here so you know what I'm talking about. I did speak about that in a video earlier on in the year. Now, this has that property, the Body Shop one anyway, that once you've put it on as a bit of a mask, once you start to wash it off, it goes like chewing gum. Your skin goes like chewing gum, like the dead skin cells, not your actual skin obviously, but it comes off like big kind of chunks of your dead skin cells and bundles up a little bit like chewing gum, like, let's face it. And I thought this was going to be identical to that, and it's not. So this is a bit more of a mask. I've got another wee video here, you can see me using it. So you leave this on for 2 to 3 minutes, it does a little bit of its job. It has small micro, not beads because they're bad for the environment, it has small scrubbies in it, not like your old St. Ives type thing, a little bit more like a microdermabrasion scrub. Like, they're very, very fine, but they are definitely in there, like maybe like a rice powder scrub type thing. They're definitely in there, but it's not so abrasive that I felt that it was cutting up my skin. I didn't feel that at all. If somebody's got really sensitive skin, then they might feel that and it might not be for them, but for me personally, I didn't find that. With regards to the ingredients in this, it has, again, water obviously. It then has like a lot of kind of thickening controlling agents, like the viscosity. We spoke about this before in Beauty Pie, but I think that must have something to do with this funny thing that it does with your skin, the dead skin cells, to make it kind of like chewing gum. That must be why there's quite a lot of these agents in this. It also has arginine, which I'm sure that's a peptide. Almost certain that's a peptide. It has a lot of soothing stuff in it. Again, a lot of kind of emulsifying and moisturizing humectant agents. So again, a lot of nice things in there. The odd bit of perfume too, to be honest with you. Glycerin again. But do I like this and would I buy it again? Well, maybe not again. Would I buy this if I hadn't won it? So I actually thought this was quite nice. As I say, it is kind of similar to the Body Shop one, but not completely. It's different because it has those micro scrubby beads in it. Not beads, I know beads are bad, but like the microdermabrasion side of it, I quite enjoyed, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people would be like, oh my god, in this day and age, a face scrub. But it's not a scrub, it's definitely more of a microdermabrasion feel to it. And I felt my skin, it was quite nice alongside that exfoliating gummy side. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You will see it happening here on my hands. Like, this is exactly what the Body Shop one does, but the Body Shop one doesn't have that like microdermabrasion feeling. So for that reason, I liked this. What I will say as well is, this is also £24. It's an 80ml tube and it's a mask. So essentially you're gonna get like, I don't know, it depends how much you put on your face obviously, but you're gonna get so many uses out of this. Let's just say 10 uses for a round number. You're using 8 ml a use, whatever. It's 80 mils, is that right? I always question my maths, so I do. But you're gonna get so many uses out of this for it being a mask. At £24 for this being a treatment option, I don't think that is horrific. And in comparison to this, I don't understand how these two things can be the same price. This I would absolutely pay £24 for. Am I gonna rush out and buy it again? No. But if I'd ran out of that kind of treatment type of thing, if I had no masks, I buy a lot of things, I have a lot of skincare, I don't need anything else. But if I had never used anything before and I thought I want a kind of gentle exfoliating treatment, this is really nice. And for £24, I'm like, okay, fine. The Body Shop one is £18 odds, I want to say. So this is a little more expensive than that, but I suppose it has a little bit more added to it because of the beads and like the little bit more exfoliating aspect to it. But the Body Shop one is bigger, I'm sure, as well. Yeah, sorry, I just had to check there. The Body Shop one is 145 mils and it is £18.50. And this is 80 mils for £24.50. So personally, if you want to try one of those funny type peel things, yeah, the Body Shop one is better value for money in that sense. But this is nice and it is a bit more of a mask type situation than it is just the peel. They are much of a muchness though, and if you are a kind of devoted Pixi person and you really want to try it, yeah, I think this is nice and I think it is worth £24. I think it is in that realm where it feels like a treatment, it feels like self-care, if you want to say that. And if you want to give yourself that time to be like, oh, treat myself, pamper day, whatever the fuck you want to say, I know, sorry. But if you want to do that, then I think this is worth £24. This? Absolutely not. No way, no hope in hell, Pixi. What are you thinking? Anyway, so overall, round up, these two things are very nice. I will not rush out to buy either of them because I simply do not need them. But if I was looking for a cleanser, a hydrating cleanser that made me feel a little bit more luxurious, yeah, I would pick this up again. I think it's nice. Equally, I think this is worth the money and I think it is a nice treatment option. But I personally don't need to pick it up again. That's just because I have a lot of skincare and I'm a skincare junkie. But I do think it is nice. This, save your money on, don't waste your time. So that is it for this video. I hope that gave you a little insight into the Milky collection and whether or not you might want to try some of it out. Personally, I think it's a nice collection. I don't think it's something I'll need to look into again. But to be honest with you, if you've got really sensitive skin, you're a little bit worried about using highly abrasive products and stuff like that, it is a nice option. There are a lot of nice ingredients in there. And I don't like saying nice ingredients in the sense of like, oh, it's clean or anything like that. You know, I don't really like that. I am actually going to just link a video up here from Michelle from Lab Muffin Beauty Science because her video is amazing and it's talking about clean beauty and all the discrepancies and why you shouldn't be saying clean products, good products, clean ingredients, bad ingredients, all that kind of bullshit, because it just totally and utterly lays it out so much more eloquently than I ever could. So on the surface of it, of what I know, the ingredients in this, they look relatively nice. They look okay, they look very hydrating on the surface of it. So if that is what you're looking for, then it might be something for you to look into. Personally, I think they're a tiny bit overpriced, but the cleanser and the peel I think are probably worth the money that they are asking. I think you know how I feel about the makeup remover. And that's probably enough said. That is all for this video. If you've liked this video, then please give it a little thumbs up. Please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, all that kind of shit down below. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Just mosey on by. There's no need to be nasty. Be a good human being, all that kind of stuff. And I will see you all again in the next one. Bye!